Okay, hey guys. So, I think we're gonna end up going from winter to a little teensy spring and then summer, because it is already hot today, and it's supposed to get up, I think, in around 80. So, yeah. Anyway, so I am almost completely done with writing out our garden beds or graphing them out, and we have so many. Like this right here, it's like about half of the graph paper book. Almost. Plus there's 5 pages in the I've not even counted how many. The only ones I have left to do on the graph paper are kitchen herbs and the medicinal herbs. Because I had 4 beds of each planned out. Is that right? Yes. Four each. 4 of each of them planned out for the big raised beds. So, and then I'm going to build some smaller ones, probably 4x4 beds, around the outside perimeter of the, uh, yeah. Or I'll just do pallet beds, like square pallet beds around the perimeter of the outdoor kitchen. And do more culinary herbs and medicinal herbs, because there's a lot of the medicinal herbs and we definitely need a lot of that stuff going. So anyway, so that's almost done, and I will show you guys that when I do get it done. I'm just gonna jump right in here today, and this is on Inside of the Backyard Homestead book, because we still have a long way to go. This is on start canning. So definitely going to be I'm gonna finish this chapter today for sure. And then we'll be getting into backyard fruits and nuts, which is going to be extremely interesting. So, here we go. Start canning. Home canned vegetables are at least as good as store bought ones, and perhaps better when you've grown them yourself and know exactly how they've been handled, what types of pesticides and fertilizers have or have not been used on them. Non organic completely. Canned foods have an advantage over frozen in that they require no expensive equipment to keep them, just a shelf in a cool, dark, dry place. Good planning is the secret to rewarding and satisfying canning. Be prepared with all the necessary utensils, ingredients, and information. Set aside more than enough time so that you don't have to cut corners on processing times. That's never a good thing. I've had to do that. It doesn't work. Clear a large surface since canning takes space and organize before starting. Terms and processes. It's important to consult a good reference before beginning. See resources on page 340. And I might go over that just so you guys, I mean, maybe, I don't know. No, that just goes over the chapters in the book. Never mind. Okay, raw or cold pack. These phrases are used interchangeably. They refer to prepared but uncooked fruits or vegetables packed in jars to which a hot liquid is added then processed. That's how I usually do my canning. Hot pack. Hot pack refers to foods that are pre-cooked to some degree, then put into jars for processing. This makes for more compact packing, particularly with greens. Ew, no thank you. A hot pack sometimes requires less cooking time since the food is already partially cooked. Sometimes it takes as long or longer because of the denser pack. Headroom and headspace. Now with our greens, like we're gonna end up with a lot of lettuce greens, a lot of lettuces, a lot of Swiss chard, a lot of kale, yada yada yada. Especially if I end up being able to build all these beds, fill them all, and plant all this stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start putting in more seed orders as well. Yes, I have a lot of seeds, but you can never have too many. When you are homesteading, there's no such thing as too many seeds. There's just no such thing. And you know what? I have older seeds that they still grow. So you just have to kind of try them out and see what's going to grow and what's not going to grow. You know, and if you come across some that's not going to, just compost them. It's not that big of a deal. But with our greens, the excess that, we can't get rid of or can't sell, or, we will end up giving a lot of that to our rabbits, and our daughter wants guinea pigs, and there's other animals that will eat that, especially we have pigs and sheep. I know they'll eat it. Goats will eat it, so we won't have any problem getting rid of excess at all. Headroom and headspace. These terms generally refer to the space between the top of the food and the top of the jar. Generally, a half an inch is allowed. That much. No, not like that. With the exception of starchy foods such as corn and peas, which expand more, they require at least 1 inch. Allowing too much headroom means too much air and the possibility of an improper seal. If you have only enough of a fruit or vegetable to fill half a jar, use it fresh and find a smaller jar to fill. Boiling water bath. This is the cheapest and easiest method of canning for preserving high acid foods. These include all fruits, all pickles, and those vegetables to which sufficient vinegar has been added to raise the acidity level high enough. Pressure canning. This is the method to use for all vegetables except tomatoes, sauerkraut, and pickles. There are several types of pressure canners, but they all work according to the same principle. The pan has a tight sealing lid with some type of regulator. When a small amount of water is heated in the canner, usually 1 to 2 inches of water, it is converted to steam, which, as it builds up pressure, reaches temperatures substantially higher than boiling. Okay. Use a pressure canner to can all low acid vegetables. All right, a checklist of precautions. Okay, sorry. Prime quality produce is good insurance. Especially, if you're growing it all yourself. And they're also talking about like bruises and stuff. Bruises encourage the growth of bacteria. Wash all produce carefully and completely. You don't want dirty produce. Be sure all equipment and work surfaces are scrupulously clean and in good working order. Make sure of a good seal. Don't take shortcuts. Follow directions carefully so that the result will justify all your time and effort. Most importantly, process for the correct time and at the correct temperature. This is the final key and the crucial factor that, along with the seal, cannot be overemphasized. Altitude adjustment. Now, most people don't have to really worry about this, but altitude adjustment for boiling water bath canning. If you live at an altitude of 1,000 feet or more, you have to increase the processing time in the canning directions for a boiling water bath as follows. 1,000 feet if processing for 20 minutes or less, increase by 1 minute. 2,000 feet, I almost said 2,000 minutes, wow. 2,000 feet is 2 minutes. 3,000, 3 minutes. 4,000, 4 minutes, and so on. If processing for more than 20 minutes, 1,000 feet is an increase of 2 minutes. 2,000 feet is an increase of 4 minutes. 3,000 feet is an increase of 6 minutes. 4,000 feet is an increase of 8 minutes. And 5,000 feet is an increase of 10 minutes. Now, where our property is, I think it's only around 600 to 800 feet. I don't think it's even 1,000, so we're still good by that, so. Alright, I was gonna do a little separate video on this, but I guess I won't. No, you know what? I will do a separate video on that. So in the next one, we're gonna go over the last little bit of things in there. And I keep forgetting in the beginning of my videos. If any of you guys have just run across the channel and you're new to the channel, we are Faith First Farm and Homestead. We have 12.53 acres down here in Oklahoma. We moved down here a year and a half ago from Michigan. We do not live on our property yet because I don't have a vehicle. We're working on that. We will get one. We're aiming for our income taxes, and we have a couple of other things going where we should be getting a decent amount of money. Also, okay, a friend of ours who is currently staying with us because he also does not have a vehicle. He has his own property, and a neighbor of his that's a neighbor to his property has a camper trailer that we're going to be buying with our income taxes, and we're going to put that on our property. And once we do, we're going to start our building our off-grid cabin and our garden beds for sure, because we're going to have to get started on those. We're going to be putting in a lot of food, a lot of seeds. Our goal is to build up a homesteading community on the mountain. We're going to be planting an orchard and, just the whole 9 yards. We're going to be doing beehives, and you can go to our live tab and click on Faith First is Going Live. And in that video, I go through and I explain go into a little bit more detail on what brought us down here and why we got into homesteading, and our plans for the property and our outbuildings, our outdoor kitchen, our workshop, woodshed, our coop area, our barn. Now I have decided to add more animals than what's on that poster. I'm actually going to get some more poster board, and I'm going to read you the poster that I show in that video, and I'll do a separate video on that. And we're going to be growing all our own food, raising our food. We're going to have bees, beehives for the honey. We're going to be making our own medicines and just the whole 9 yards. So go ahead and watch that video. Feel free to go through and watch all the videos, and please leave comments. Leave comments. I always check my comments. I will comment back. I'd love to get conversations going with you guys. We're still beginners. I started gardening in Michigan, and I did have some chickens in Michigan, but I still consider myself a beginner. So I'm still learning every step I go. But anyway, I would love to carry on a conversation with you guys and just, go through, watch the videos, leave comments, like and share the videos, share them on all your platforms, share them with friends, family, whoever else. Tell them to share the videos, like and share the videos on all their platforms. And please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell and click on all, because I do tend to upload a lot. So I will see you guys in the next video in a few minutes. Bye, guys.